Welcome back, everyone. Today we are diving into one of America's oldest unsolved mysteries, the lost colony of Roanoke. What happened to those 115 English settlers who vanished from Roanoke Island in the late 1580s? For centuries, it's been a puzzle: disappearances, massacres, starvation. But recent digs, especially the big ones from 2025, are shifting the story towards something far more grounded: survival through adaptation and blending in with local native tribes. Let's start at the beginning. In 1587, Sir Walter Raleigh sponsored a group of colonists, families, craftsmen, even children, to establish England's first permanent foothold in the New World on Roanoke Island, off what's now North Carolina. Governor John White led them. His daughter Eleanor gave birth to Virginia Dare, the first English child born in America. But they arrived late in the year. Crops failed to grow in time. Food ran short. Tensions with some tribes rose. White sailed back to England for supplies and got stuck there for 3 years due to war with Spain. When he returned in 1590, the settlement was empty. Houses dismantled, no signs of struggle, no graves. Just the word CROATOAN carved into a post, and CRO on a tree. No distress cross, as they'd planned. CROATOAN was the name of a nearby island, today part of Hatteras Island, and the friendly CROATOAN tribe there, allies led by Chief Manteo. Theories exploded over the years: killed by hostile natives, wiped out by disease, drowned trying to sail home, or even taken by the Spanish. But no solid proof, until archaeologists started turning up physical evidence that doesn't fit disaster stories. The strongest clues come from Hatteras Island itself. Researchers like Scott Dawson and Mark Horton have excavated there for over a decade. They've found English pottery, tools, gun parts, things from the 1500s. But in 2025, they hit what many call a breakthrough: huge quantities of hammer scale. Hammer scale, those small, flaky iron bits that flake off when you hammer hot metal in a forge. It's blacksmithing waste. Native groups in the area didn't forge iron. They worked copper, stone, shells. But the English did. In 2025 digs at Buxton, teams uncovered not scraps, but piles, even buckets, of this hammer scale. Plus slag, vitrified glass, and signs of a full blacksmith setup. All in layers from the late 1500s, mixed right into native shell middens and refuse heaps. This isn't random trade junk. It means Europeans were actively working iron there, repairing tools, making items, living and working alongside the CROATOAN people. Horton and Dawson argue it's clear evidence the colonists moved south to CROATOAN, as the carving suggested, and integrated. They brought metal skills. The tribe provided food and safety. Over time, they assimilated. No big dramatic end, just adaptation to survive. Another key find is closer to Roanoke Island, at the Elizabethan Gardens in Manteo, site of the old Algonquian village Roanoke. Digs in 2023 to 2024. With lab tests continuing into 2025, uncovered Algonquian pottery shards from the 1500s, right next to a small copper ring made of drawn wire. Lab analysis confirmed the copper is European, not local. Natives valued copper for jewelry and spiritual items, but they couldn't draw it into perfect round wire. That's European tech, likely brought by Raleigh's early explorers in 1584 to 85 for trade or gifts. This shows peaceful early contact. When the 1587 colonists arrived, they probably had established allies to rely on. Finding English trade goods mixed with local pottery hints They could turn to these villages when things got tough. Inland sites add more layers. In Bertie County, around Salmon Creek, places called Site X and Site Y, the First Colony Foundation has found English borderware pottery, fishhooks, and other Elizabethan items. These match old plans. The colonists discussed moving 50 miles inland if needed. So perhaps the group split, some to CROATOAN for coastal safety, others west to join different tribes. Taken together, the evidence in 2026 points away from tragedy and toward assimilation. The CROATOAN message was straightforward. We are going to our friends. No mass grave, no battle signs. Instead, English ironworking in native contexts, trade goods in villages, pottery patterns that fit small group relocation. It's not fully closed. Archaeology rarely is. No confirmed DNA links yet. More sites to explore. But the hammer scale from the blacksmith shop. The European copper earring, the inland artifacts, they fit survival and blending in far better than any wipeout theory. So, what do you think? Did the lost colonists disappear forever? Or did they simply become part of something new? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I check them all. If you like these evidence-based looks at real mysteries, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. Share this video with friends who love unsolved cases. The more eyes on it, the closer we might get to the truth. Thanks for sticking with me all the way through. This is Rulik Enigmas signing off. Catch you in the next mystery.